Welcome to the Guaranteed Growth Podcast. Let's grow together.
I'm going to give you some signs that will show us if we're overly critical or judgmental. These are just signs. Number one, we pick ourselves and everyone apart. You know where judgmentalism starts? It starts with us having a bad image about ourselves. It doesn't start judging others. It starts with judging ourselves. When we are critical and judgmental of others, it's a reflection on how we feel about ourselves. We pick ourselves apart, we pick them apart. It's our own insecurity that causes us to tear people down because we don't feel good about ourselves. Psychology 101 says this: when we are making derogatory statements about others, everyone knows who we're talking about. We're talking about ourselves. See, we can't make derogatory terms of statements about others if we don't feel that way about ourselves. Have you ever noticed that you pick apart the very things that are in your life and you find it in others? It's so true. The things you don't like about yourselves, you don't like in them either. So listen, number two sign: negative statements and thoughts about others are constantly bombarding our mind. Negative thoughts. Do you find yourself criticizing others' looks, words, actions on a regular basis? Do you hear these thoughts in your mind? That person is so, and then you fill in the blank, obnoxious, controlling, manipulative, fake, toxic. The person is so. This might be a sign that we're critical, judgmental. Or have you ever said this, or say this often? I can't stand how they, and you fill in the blank. If you're saying that, I can't stand how they, you might be overly critical and judgmental. Another sign that we're critical and judgmental, we are complaining all the time. See, when we have a critical mindset, we are going to constantly voice these thoughts and opinions to our friends and family and coworkers. So when we're constantly critical, we're going to voice our complaints. What are we going to do? Voice our complaints. The critical spirit and judgmentalism will come out of our what? Mouths. That's how we know. Another sign: we can't enjoy anything. Nothing is good enough. We are constantly feeling irritated, and we're disappointed in ourselves, constantly in others. No one can do good enough. Number five sign: we can't take a compliment. You might be overly critical if you can't take a compliment. The reason we can't take a compliment is because we can't see ourselves and others in a positive light. Someone says, "You look so beautiful." No, I don't. It's a beautiful dress. No, it's not. I got it at a thrift store. Stop it. You got great kids. They're behaving. No, they're not. You should see them at home. They're devils. You got such a nice husband. No, he's not nice. He's got you fooled. You're so smart. No, I'm not. You should have known. You should know. I had really bad grades in school. Oh, I like your hair. I wish it was longer. You know, man, that was a really great way you sang and you taught. That was amazing. No, give glory to God. Don't even bring it to me. I just can't handle that. And I understand give glory to God, but can you just say thank you? If you can't say thank you, there's a problem. You're overly critical. See, some of us can take abusive language, derogatory statements said about us, and we accept them because maybe you grew up that way and no one said nothing positive about you, so you're conditioned to receive the negative. But the minute someone begins to build you up and tell you that you're awesome, and tell you that you're beautiful, and tell you that you're not a mistake, and tell you that you're not action, to tell you got potential, you fight that. And you fight it because you're overly critical. And if you're thinking that way about yourself, how much more are you thinking that way about others? And there's a reason, because when we become critical, we want to bring everybody down to our level, what we think about ourselves. Instead of finding the potential in them, we're trying to find the rock bottom in them. And when they hit their rock bottom, it makes us feel good. You see, when we're overly critical, we see bad news on Facebook and we feel good about it. Like, wow, they deserve that. I knew it was too good to be true. acting all holy and everything, like their marriage is all that. I knew it was too good to be true. Churches falling apart, see, that's what they get. I knew. I had a discernment. You don't have no discernment. You were negative. That's not a gift. You got the gift of negativity from the devil. How do you know you might be a little overly negative and critical and judgmental? People around us are telling us, lighten up. They're also maybe telling us, why are you always looking for the worst in others in every situation and in yourself? Can't you see something good?
Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to share and subscribe.